We've got the old way on Windows 2011 with old Microsoft Fortran from 2007 or 2006 even, actually. So that all worked. You download Fortran Client Security. Looks like the release date is 2008, the one I used in that article. And as talked about in these forums, you could run this executable, or you could follow Microsoft directions, client setup, no. Now we're going to do the latter. Sticking as close to Microsoft techniques as possible. All right, so we've got this virtual machine we created earlier. Whether it's physical or virtual, everything I'm going to show you now in this step-by-step is the same, regardless of which technique you use. And I've got some directions I wrote up. They're kind of a rough draft. They're a skeleton, so I have something to go on as I'm talking you through this video. And I set them up in a network share. So let me grab what we need from a network share. We need the ISO file, which we merely double-click to mount. And now we have a drive E mounted. That easy. We can back arrow to where we were from, and drive E stays mounted. We can bring up my directions. Okay, so here's my cheat sheet, my cut and paste ready article to walk us through what we're going to do here. Turns out we don't need to turn off enhanced security. We can mount the ISO, which we just did, and now we're ready to run client setup from the E drive. So let's close any windows we don't really need. And let's go ahead and run this. Windows X, command prompt is administrator. Go to E. If we look around E, you'll see this is what it looks like. We want the 64-bit directory. And then we follow the Microsoft article, which says to type this. Hit enter and wait. Watch the tray. Watch the tray. And there it is, Forefront Client Security. So it installs, but it kind of complains. Now, if you turn on Windows Update at this point, you will get an error 643. So I found the only way around this is to download and apply these two patches. Let's copy this to our clipboard. Let's do file run, iexplorer.exe, and paste from our clipboard, and hit enter. Okay, to do this, we have to do an add-on, Microsoft Update Catalog. If I try IE10, it doesn't work at all on a different machine, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what happens if you don't do it. Nothing. You don't get very far. So let's do that again. Windows R, Internet Explorer, paste in the URL, and if we click install, we're going to have better luck. Okay, very quickly we're now able to add this to our shopping cart. There's another URL we want to grab, this one. Paste that in as well, and add that to the shopping cart. Click View Basket, click Download. Up pops a dialog asking you where you want to download to. And now we just wait. And click Close. Download's done. Browser's done. So notice we didn't have to take off Internet Explorer security, yet it let us do what we need to do. So now in our Downloads folder, we have the two updates needed. Okay, just want to point out that my directions have me doing 823 first. That's what I tested anyway. And if we go into 823, there's two files. The first one, the one that says All, is what you want to click on. Launch it, say yes, accept the terms, click OK. Notice it disappeared from the tray as it did its magic. It says Success. Okay, go back and let's do the second one, 4280. And again, double click on the All, say yes, accept license, click OK. Success. We're done with all that. Now let's just read my cheat sheet here again. So you download those two files. What is it doing? Sorry. Okay, there we go. Delete the folder. And go to dashboard. So we're just going to use the normal mechanisms. But on Windows Explorer, let's make sure E does not need to be there. I want to get rid of it. I don't want a drive letter in the way as I start continuing with my operating system config. So E is gone. Well, the E with the CD anyway is gone. There's a hollow E just waiting for future use sitting there. Okay, what's next? Well, in the downloads directory, my directions also mention you don't need these folders anymore. You can nuke them. In fact, we're finished with the ISO file as well. We already got that installed. And we can close downloads. The only thing I'm leaving open is my cheat sheet at this point. We can close the command line as well. Now to finish Forefront, if we double click it, you'll see it's still complaining. No need to mess with it. Just close it down. Leave it down there in the tray if you'd like. But I just wanted you to have a peek. Instead, we're going to run dashboard. And right here, up front and center, get updates for other Microsoft products. Click on that. And click on this. Okay, that's the piece that's going to make it work. Now if we click here, it's just warning us we already did that, right? It's telling us where to go. Microsoft Update Settings, go to General Page and Settings. So it's hinting to just move your mouse up here and click on Settings. Click on Change. Turn on Automatic Updates. And now just wait. See what happens. This first check takes quite a while. "30 updates. So for the purposes of being comfortable that Forefront is done with everything it needs, including these other updates it's now offering, let's maximize that, show you the updates. Let's just turn off everything and let Forefront stuff finish to convince ourselves we've got Forefront running clean and healthy. Once that's done, we expect the tray icon to change from a exclamation point at the bottom there to a green globe. It's downloading the bundle now. Success. Now, what's going on with the tray icon? Well, let's have a look. Notice it just painted itself green as soon as I clicked it. So it's all happy. So we're done with Forefront. I'm going to go ahead and check on this optional one, Silverlight. Don't need that on a server. Hide that. Go back to the 28 other updates and just let them crank along. It's a much bigger download now. But we're in good shape. As fun as this all was, I don't really want to do it again. So I've got some more somewhat complicated and possibly problematic steps coming up on configuring this server and its initial deployment. So rather than ever having to reinstall like we've gone through on the previous video segments, as well as horse around with Windows Update and Forefront, I'm going to save this as another template to deploy from. That was the whole purpose of this. Remember, let me show you. we already made, whoops, the mouse is acting funny because of the video recording. Hang on a second. Just want to remind you what we call this virtual machine. Give it a rather detailed name. It's destined to be a template. We're not going to deploy or run our system from it, our virtual machine. This is going to sit there as a read-only template. We're going to deploy our final build from it. So once these Windows updates are done, I reboot again here, and it doesn't offer me any more updates, I'm going to finish up with hard coding the IP address, making sure everything looks the way I like it, shutting it down, turning it into a template, and then deploying from that template on the final solid-state drive that this virtual machine is going to be left running from 24/7 for the next 3-4 years. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and consider speeding up this part of the video if this doesn't finish up quickly. Okay, it appears we might be done. Let's run Windows Update again. Oh, we can run it the legitimate way. Sorry, the way you're supposed to. Doesn't really matter, but I see Forefront as a happy globe. I see it shows recent definitions. That's good. It's going to do daily scans. Let's just double check how it's configured. Daily at 2 a.m. and real time on by default. All right, let's go up here and check on settings. Hide that silver light. Close it. Let's see if that sticks. It's going to keep showing that thing. Yeah, it's going to keep showing that because we can't click install because there's nothing else to install. But all right, well, that's good. That's done. Showing Windows activated also, which is interesting. They use that license key up front, remember. So we're good there. Let's quickly see what that warning is. Okay, we've cleared that. Clear that. And it's giving us a whole bunch of warnings about having everything on a C drive, and that's just not a good idea.